What is up, everybody?
Hi, everyone.
I hope all is well. I hope all is well.
I feel like I always need one.
Oh, that's why. When we go
What?
live, it gets closer.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Got it.
All right. If you are watching this later, jump to the 3 to 5 minute mark. We always want to give our Facebook people time to come on in, come on in, come on in. Oh, let me see. Let me.
Bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back. It's a stack, it's a stack.
1-888-420-0471.
How's your days going today, y'all?
All right, let's
Y'all,
get
I really
this.
think that I'm starting to get a country accent. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I can hear it. And I be trying not to, I be getting on my coworkers about it. I can't help it. The Farmville coming out.
It ain't the farm. Well, yeah, it probably is the Farmville.
First of all, don't be talking about.
I'm gonna make sure I got some.
You
Got some room? You got some room?
No, not really, but. Excuse me.
Well, you got this whole thing.
Worry about yourself, sir.
What's up, everybody? Come on in. What's going on, Will?
Greetings.
What's up, everybody that is watching? We got a great topic for you guys tonight. We're starting our June series called Make It Last Forever.
Forever.
Make it last forever, okay?
And
That's what we're going to be talking about. Appreciate that, Will. We're going to be talking about making it last forever.
and ever.
All right?
And ever.
So we're going to give you guys another minute or two to come on in before we get started on this great discussion.
And he still keep forgetting to tag me in the post.
I am. But as long as your face is here, it's all that matters.
No.
Can't you tag yourself right now, though?
I tried to do that last time and it just went in the comments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta remember to do that. But when we were doing it before, I would always tag you.
I know.
Yeah.
But we're back, so you should always tag me.
Yes, you're right. I need to work on that. Or you
Going on 4 years and he forgetting about who.
Oh,
his
4
wife
years
is.
tomorrow, won't it?
Yes.
Well, you can remind me too.
I can.
Yeah. Just
But you push the button before I even get a chance to remind you.
That's the whole point of reminding to tell me before I do something. That's
But you
that's the whole premise.
But you push the button before I even think about it.
Right, but when you remind somebody, the goal is to remind them before they do it. So when you know I'm about to push the button, that's when you should
Why
remind
don't
me.
you just end the live now and just do it now?
No, we already live. We
See?
already going.
See?
All right.
See?
I'll tag you later.
You see?
So, listen, y'all. We're going to be talking about Make It Last Forever this whole month, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Listen, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I think we're ready to start. You ready to start?
Not really. I feel like I'm like
So you
this much into the camera.
so you want me to turn it for you?
Okay, I'm going to just scoot over.
Is that better? Is that better for you?
Okay.
Is that better? Is that better? You got enough room? You
Yes.
good?
Am I in your way? I just want to show my little...
Oh, for the record, this... I tried to tell her that this shirt was ugly.
Don't be hating on my shirt.
Her sister was here this past weekend, told her also that this shirt was ugly.
I don't care.
So just to let you know, make sure you have a relationship. Make sure your relationship have a lot of honesty in it. Let them know when something's ugly. It's okay. They'll live.
Okay.
They need to know.
Remember, ladies, I did tell y'all y'all should listen to what y'all husband said. Sometimes.
Listen anyway.
You know, you like what you like.
Yeah, and you like an ugly shirt right now. That's the whole point.
I bet you somebody liked this shirt.
And it doesn't change the fact that it's ugly.
It doesn't matter. It's not ugly. It's not ugly.
All right, y'all, welcome on in. We're going to get started. That was our little fun little tidbit before we get started. But listen, my name is Artis.
And I'm Zadoria.
And we are the Andersons. All right. And we are here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Okay? Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We are Forever Love, here for all of your relationship needs, right? Forever Love is a company that we started because we saw a need in the community. We felt like people have been taught how to do everything in life except the most important thing in the world, which is how to sustain and master relationships. So the goal of our company is to provide relationship education in all forms and facets, okay? We believe we've been gifted to do this. This is something God put on our hearts to do for the world, for the nations, for the cities, for people, for the communities, for the families, and we're just going to walk it out. And we appreciate, God trusting us with this opportunity. Also, when it comes to relationships, I want you to know that we have a hotline. Okay, the hotline is designed for anybody to call in anonymously to ask any questions they have regarding relationship advice, regarding their marriages, their situation, all the above. So we're here to help anonymously. We won't even know who you are. Just call in, ask your questions, get your information that you need to be productive in your relationships and in your everyday life. All right. Now, as I always tell people, relationships are here to help us. Relationships are designed to help us, okay? Relationships are here to sharpen us, to challenge us, to support us, to protect us, to balance us, right? Especially when you get into marriage. What's going on, Renee?
Hey, Renee.
Miss you too.
Miss you.
Listen, it's important that we understand the purpose of relationships. And many people are not having successful relationships because they don't understand the purpose of them. No. Put this back over you. No, you want to have this? Yeah, don't be telling me you hot. I done turned the air off and everything. Put this blanket on you with no air conditioning. I don't want to hear it. All right? But, all in all, right, the thing is that the topic we're getting into this month, Make It Last Forever, what we want to do is bring you 4 weeks of information that will help you gain the knowledge and the tools to make your relationship or your marriage last. And if you're single, make sure you're taking notes, especially because you want to learn these things prior to getting in a relationship so that you can already have these things mastered. All right? So, without further ado, let's do this. All right. What is love? Y'all saw the title. Y'all saw the title. Make It Last Forever. Make it last forever. Well, what is the first thing we need to learn? You need love. You need love. You need love. Now, here's the thing about love. Everybody thinks they know how to love. I'm not going to put that on everybody. Some people will be honest and say, they don't know how to love. What's up, Antonio? But here's the reality. The average relationship does not last because individuals in that relationship does not know how to love. People will be quick to say, you abusing my love, you taking advantage of my love, I love you, you supposed to love me. We quick to throw the L word around, but how many people actually know how to love?
People taking L's too.
Yep.
You get it? That was a knee slapper.
And it ain't love. But listen, the reality is, sometimes I support my wife's corny jokes. The reality is, until someone learns how to truly love, relationships are going to be a struggle. I don't care what you think about or what you talk about or what comes to mind. When it comes to relationships, the number one ingredient, component, foundation, the number one topping, the cherry on top, it is the entire cake. Love is the answer. But the average person does not know how to love. So the question becomes, what is love? Well, here's the definition that I wrote down. Love is an act of action by giving. It's an act of action by giving. Love is also the decision to give sacrificially. Okay? Love is the decision to give sacrificially. So if I was to combine the two, love is sacrificial giving that's displayed in action. Okay? Love is sacrificial giving that's displayed in action. Not to jump the gun, but when you are in a relationship, or especially a marriage that lacks love, the giving will, let me say it in a nice way. The giving will be subpar. The sacrifice will be subpar. And that's problematic. But the greatest aspect of love is the complement or the component of it being unconditional. Right? That's something I want to highlight. The greatest aspect of love is the component of it being unconditional. Now, the average person in relationships or in marriage does not live out true unconditional love. And that's why their relationships or their marriages don't really sustain or last, or it's treacherous. Now, the thing is, when we think about love, we're thinking about how our love or how we love someone based on what we've done for somebody. But the question is, if you were to define your love, does it also include how problematic you are? Does it also include how dangerous you are? Does it also include your flaws? See, we like to talk about how much we've loved someone, but we don't want to talk about how much we've also damaged someone. Because to love someone means to hold back or prevent the damage caused to someone.
Yeah.
I cannot say I love my wife and I am bringing damage to her. I cannot just talk about how much I've done for my wife and how much I love her, yet I am destroying her in other ways. That's not love. Because love is not one-sided. But I'm not going to give y'all too much today. You got to pay for that. But, the thing about unconditional love, I want to highlight this. Because this is a very important subject to me, right? The love component to relationships are everything. Listen, y'all, when we talk to clients, the number one missing component with these marital issues or these relationship issues is a lack of love. Where somebody is falling short in their love or in their giving of love. This is always the issue. It is always the issue. It is the number one issue. It is the number one problem. It is always the issue that there is a lack of love being given or shown or displayed. Now, getting back to the unconditional component of it. This is what I wrote down. Conditional love means you agree to do something based on something else happening. You mean that you will only do it if the other person does it.
Reciprocating.
Right. Meaning I will reciprocate it if they do it. If they do it, I'll do it. That's not love. That's only a piece of love. The entirety of love is doing it even if they don't do it.
Yep.
And that's the lack of love that most people don't display. That's the love that most people don't display. We have conditional love. We stop our love because of what the other person is doing. We hold back our love because of what the other person is doing. And what that tells me is that a lot of people don't have maturity in their love. Now, people, I want to highlight this other thing, right? People struggle to stay in long-lasting relationships, right? We see that all the time. People break up and make up and break up and make up and break up. We break up.
But what they can do is
to make up, right? So when do you okay, we got a question. So when do you draw the line? The question is, when do you draw the line regarding what? Give us some more context.
I think she was saying something before that too.
Okay, maybe I missed the other question. All right. I'm gonna have my wife read this question, but let me say this last piece while she pulls up this question. The thing is, people make up and break up and make up and break up and break up and make up and make up and break up and break up and make up and make up and break up and break up and make up. Hey, I'm retired. But
That
this is the
sounds
thing.
like an Artist Anderson
Listen,
song.
right? But here's the thing, though, right? People don't stay in long-lasting relationships because the love is absent from it. So you break up over and over again. You argue over and over again. You fight and complain. All that shows me, and what it shows each other, is that you are struggling in your love.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get to this question real quick.
Okay, so there was a statement. Oh, okay. Okay, so sacrifice, Mia says, the sacrifice part is where I struggle. What if you are giving and sacrifice it in a relationship, but it's not being reciprocated?
Great question. So what if you are giving sacrificially in the relationship, but it's not being reciprocated?
And where do you draw the line?
All right. Here's the thing. You don't draw lines with love. Mm-hmm. Because God doesn't draw lines with us. Now, I don't want to preach. I don't want to preach. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't want to preach. No. But you see, when you love like God loves, yeah, let me stop playing. Here's the thing. That's love. That's dust. Here's the thing about love. Right? Here's the thing about love, right? Here's the thing about love, right? Don't mind my wife. Right? When you start drawing the line, when you start drawing the line on your love giving, what you end up doing is you start sacrificing a piece of who you are. The goal is not to sacrifice who you are or change who you are, right? You always want to be a giver. You always want to give your love. Mm-hmm. Now, if I can read into the question, I think sometimes we misconstrue love with other things. For example, when do I draw the line as it pertains to sex, or as it pertains to intimacy, or as it pertains to, spending time and stuff like that? Remember, love is love. When we talk about, not to spend a lot of time on this, but real quick, when I say you don't draw the line in giving your love, what I'm simply saying is you do not stop loving someone ever. Mm-hmm. Okay? You do not stop loving someone ever. And what I mean by that is you don't stop being patient. Mm-hmm. You don't stop being kind. Mm-hmm. You don't stop being humble. You don't stop, you make sure you continue to keep no record of wrongs, like these types of things, right? So that's what I mean by you don't draw the line, right, when it comes to love. But we have another question. He can always tell me what I'm doing wrong, but when I bring up what the issue is, he says I'm pointing the finger. Melanie, great question. When somebody does that, he can always tell me what I'm doing wrong, but when I bring up what the issue is, he says I'm pointing the finger. That's what we like to call hypocrites. That's what we call hypocrites. What? Loose lips?
No, I was like hypocrite. Loose lips.
You thinking about one of my songs?
Yes.
Yes, you thinking about one of my songs.
I'm just
She's
saying.
giving away my songs that
saying.
ain't even out yet. Don't be giving them my lyrics.
It's
not out. See, you got exclusives.
See?
But see, here's the thing.
See?
Melanie, to answer your
the
question.
People will be knowing what I'm talking about.
Answer your question. That's what you call a hypocrite. When somebody wants to correct you or call you out about an issue, right? Mm-hmm. But you can't return it, that's hypocritical. Mm-hmm. It is dangerous. This is off topic, but it is dangerous to be in a relationship with a hypocrite. Let me tell you why. Hypocrites, there's very few things I despise. I despise a liar. I despise a lack of honor. I despise a lack of loyalty. And I despise a hypocrite. Those four things are just like, come on, man. It's just no room for it, right? But I just want to answer that question. Okay, hopefully that helps. Have you ever heard that in any relationship someone loves more? Hence, only one side is unconditional. Don, yes. Yes, that happens a lot. With our clients, we often see that one person is loving a lot more than the other person, which is what's causing the problems in the relationship or the marriage.
Hey, Don.
What's up, Donnie? What's happening?
Baby?
What's happening?
No
She ain't no baby no more. She grown.
Mm.
So here's the thing, right? When we talk about relationships and what it means to make a relationship last, let's get into some of these points. Point number 1, okay? Relationships won't last. What were you about to say something?
No, I was going to use my point.
I'm gonna let you go second. Relationships won't last because I'm on the road. Relationships won't last when your love is inconsistent. Y'all, let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Ain't nothing like an inconsistent person. People, I'm telling y'all, inconsistent people can be frustrating if you struggle with your love. Because what you'll end up doing is you'll get so frustrated with the inconsistency that you'll start withdrawing your love. You'll lose your patience. You'll begin to become frustrated, irritated, disappointed. And that stuff will show up in your everyday mood, your everyday attitude, and it will prevent you from giving more and giving unconditionally. So you have to make sure that you don't allow someone else's inconsistency to stop who you are as it pertains to loving them or loving somebody. But here's the thing. Your relationship can never last when love is inconsistent because it will damage and destroy your relationship. Love isn't designed to be inconsistent because what it begins to show the person is you don't really love me.
Right.
And inconsistent love leads to a lot of questions and a lot of confusion. All right. That was point number 1.
You on the roll now?
Nah, I'm gonna let you go because I want you to come on, touch me, pick up the hot fire. Hot fire. Hot fire. And I'm starting to get a little warm. Point number 2. Let's go.
Oh, point number 2. Oh, gosh. Hold on.
My wife's so distracted by all this good lookingness. She don't know what to do with herself.
First of all, I've been staring at myself all night. Okay.
So she says.
Okay.
Look like she's staring at me.
Well, anyway.
What's up, Dion? What's happening, lady?
Point number 2. Okay.
Miss you too.
Relationships don't last because you lack patience.
Ooh, they don't want to hear you.
You know, I was talking to, I was thinking about this earlier today, and I was with a coworker, and I was thinking about how, like, some people really don't have I've learned how patient of a person I am, and I didn't realize how really patient I was. Like, I feel like I got even more patient once I married you. Because being around you, seeing how you handle people, and, like, just being able to do that. But the love, if your love doesn't have patience, it shows up in your relationship. And it's also, what do you call it? Very... I can't think of a word. But... being impatient in a relationship, or just in general with your love, it gives the person no room to be able to be around you, or they don't want to feel like they don't feel the love where it comes from. Does that make sense? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm done. That's it.
Well, I think with impatience, right? With impatience, it comes with a level of tolerance.
Yes. So yes, having that tolerance and being able to understand. That's why I was trying to go with the story. So basically, so you have. Thank you. You have. If you don't have patience, it's kind of hard to be in a relationship and try to have and not have patience, because love it is patience. It's kind. It keeps no record of wrong. All those great things. But we have to recognize that with patience, people are open to reciprocate that love as well. So if you're showing your patience towards someone, they're like, they're recognizing themselves in many ways. So say for instance, if they have flaws, or someone that is like a person that's very, very emotional, an emotional person, individual. And you're the individual that is showing the patience that you see that they may cry a lot, or they may go out on a rage about whatever, or they're very antsy, or have anxiety, or they're just like so just extra. And you're like, okay, it's all right. You don't have to do that. Okay, let's make sure that Okay, what can we do different? Like you're having a patience of tolerance to be able to handle that individual, and then they realize that whatever it may seem like a burden to other people, but if you're showing that patience to them, it's like they see the love that you have to give to them in that moment. So they recognize that, and then they're willing to say, hey, what can I do for you? Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for, showing me that you care. Thank you for showing me that something different outside of other people that get frustrated with me, or get frustrated in the moment that something that I may need to work on, or whatever the case may be. But just thinking about that, like, being patient in that time, you have to, like, people recognize it, and they're willing to open themselves up and give you what you need in the time of whatever you may be lacking in, or whatever the case may be.
It takes time for people to recognize you're being patient with them.
Yeah, that too.
Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm sitting here thinking, I was listening to what you were saying. I'm like, it really takes time. Mm-hmm. Like, we want people to recognize, I'm being patient with you. Come on, fix it, stop it, change it, like, improve it, right? But patience isn't nagging somebody along the way. Yeah. Patience isn't frustrating somebody along the way, or like agitating them or pushing them. That's not really patience. Patience is having a level of tolerance. Yeah. I was
just about to say that's tolerance.
Yeah, patience is having a level of tolerance, and it's also allowing the other person to grow into seeing and understanding your patience. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, this is why love will never be a topic we can stop talking about when it comes to relationships and marriage, mm-hmm. because it is the entirety of everything. It is literally the entirety of everything. I'm writing. Well, I don't want to tell you what I'm working on, but what I wrote down today was like an epiphany. I'll break it down. One day you'll hear about it. But the thing is that the more I expand on love, just in general, just in a concept of what it is, right? God is love. We believe God is love. And from that place, there is no limit to it. Now, the limit that love has is only the limit that you humanistically put on it. Like, some people will look at somebody crazy for continuing to love someone who's doing certain things. It's like, yo, you stupid. How can you keep loving them? Well, it may be stupid in your eyes, but there are other components and factors that you might not understand or know about. And so, not to belabor that point, but, I just wanted to add that point to the patience piece. It's really just about tolerance, learning how to be tolerant while someone grows, matures, and expands in different areas of their lives, Did you want to? That was it? Mm-hmm. When I think about patience, right, I think about there's a conversation in our community as of recent where, would a woman date someone who makes less money than them? Would a woman marry someone who's below where she is, quote unquote, right?
That reminds me of that movie. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Which movie?
The lady that was patient with her husband, and he was in there.
And he finally blew up after. Acrimony. Yeah. It was acrimony, right? Now, the interesting thing is...
Woo,
but listen. If you haven't watched Acrimony, I'm not going to spoil it. But I will say, she kind of... I can't really fault her, Cause she's stuck in there for a long time. So that's it's such a the dichotomy of that movie is interesting. You know, I would love to have a round table about that movie relationally one day with just a dialogue of people. But the conversation is, you know, can you date somebody that's below you in finances or age or all this other stuff? And it's like, well, some people don't have the patience to wait for somebody to become, right? Mm-hmm. But the reality is there's so many people that have the potential to become something so much greater than what they present that some people do miss out on that because they're not willing to be patient. And then on the other aspect of patience, you know, you have things in your relationship with people that you love that irritate you or bother you, but it's like the only thing you can do is express your concerns in a loving way, not a nagging way or controlling way, and be patient while they work on that. If they vow to say, okay, I'm gonna work on that, I'm gonna fix that, I'm gonna change it, be patient. Don't come to them next week and be like, you still doing such and such. That's not patience. But great point. The third point I want to get to is, and just to recap for those who just came in, we're talking about making relationships last forever. So the number one way to make it work forever, right, is making sure that your love is consistent, right? Because relationships don't last with inconsistent love. Mm-hmm. The second thing is making sure that your relationship has a lot of patience in it from both parties. Without patience, your relationship will not last. But here is the third point I want to make. I got a bunch of points, but I want to get to this one. Relationships won't last when someone is easily oversensitive and easily angered. Now I want to take my time with this one, as the preachers say. I want to take my time with this one.
Preach, preacher.
Now, when someone is overly sensitive, that's a sure sign that they will become defensive. And it's a sure sign that they will become difficult to talk to, be honest with, to really discuss hard things, right? But not even just that. It's just like, if you're easily angered because you're overly sensitive, right? Let me separate the two. Let me deal with the overly sensitive first. When you're overly sensitive, it makes a person defensive, which means it's hard to have real dialogue. So an overly sensitive person will make a relationship very difficult to navigate because they're always going to tell you your tone is bad. They're always going to tell you you're talking too loud. You could be whispering. They're going to tell you you're too loud. You can be chilling with your legs crossed. They're going to tell you you're being too aggressive. Just overly sensitive people who are hyper emotional, right? I'm talking about just irrationally. It's problematic. But when you get to the fact about being easily angered, inside of that easily angered is the consistent or constant irritation or frustration. How does a relationship last when the person or two people is always angry about something, always frustrated about something, always irritated about something? How in the world can anybody enjoy that relationship? You can't. And so what ends up happening is people begin to become less willing to stay in that relationship. Now, if you're married, it becomes less difficult to deal with the marriage, and you might not have as, it ain't easy to walk away from a marriage. So now, you start to contemplate separation and getting your own place and all these different things because this person is just easily angered all the time, easily frustrated. And the thing is, true love is not easily angered. So if you're easily angered, easily frustrated, you're not in love. You're not in the component or I'll just say component of love. Look at it like this. Love is like a bubble suit. Right?
I was about to say like a bicycle.
Like if you put on a bubble suit, right? Let's just say Now let me use a better example. A cake. When you eat cake, you never think about eggs. Think about it. You never think about eggs.
Right.
But love is the component of the cake, which is the eggs. The eggs is the component of the cake. But you never think about the eggs.
That's
Well,
not good right now.
but that's what it does. But that's what love is. See, the thing is, oh, I thought you were talking about cake. You talking about eggs? You talking about eggs taste? You talking about eggs? So I'm talking about cake, and your statement is, ooh, that sounds good right now.
Yeah, so
And
eggs
you
is
bring
a
up
cheese.
eggs? I thought you were talking about the cake.
No.
Oh my gosh, y'all help my wife. The thing is,
Who was cake?
who in their okay. Supposed to come up here with me.
Oh.
TryForeverLove.com. Here for all your relationship needs. Call the hotline at 1-888-420-0471. We are here for all your relationship questions. Call anonymously at any time. Second commercial. How in the world can you have a conversation that involves cake and eggs and you start thinking about eggs to eat?
I like eggs.
That's not possible to think about. Zadoria.
Okay, if you want something salty and you said
No,
eggs
Zadoria, there is no
versus cake.
Zadoria, it is under no circumstance that if you're talking about eggs and cake that you should talk about wanting eggs.
Why
You
not?
should always want cake.
No.
You should always want cake
But
more than eggs.
I want food over cake.
You should always want cake over eggs.
No.
Zadoria, this is unacceptable.
How is that unacceptable?
We're going to continue this conversation offline, okay? But back to our regular scheduled program.
Whatever.
You never think about the eggs in the cake because you're so enamored with the actual cake and the taste of it, right? But the eggs are the component that keeps the cake together. So here is the point I'm making, is that when you think about someone being easily angered, well, the cake isn't going to stay together because the eggs are missing. Easily angered people do not carry the component of love because love prevents you from being easily angered because it gives you patience. Love gives you patience. So it's all intertwined. So the whole point I'm making is that relationships don't last without love.
Mm-hmm.
What you was about to say?
Nothing.
So, which brings us to our key conclusion. Relationships can only have longevity when it is filled with love.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships can only have longevity when it's filled with love. If your relationships are struggling to last and you're making up and breaking up and on to the next person, because everybody's looking, like, everybody who's looking to be married, let me just safely say that, or at least looking for something that is meaningful to hopefully become marriage. Well, there's a reason why people have exes all the time.
Hey, Charlene.
It's because, what up, Charlene? It's because people don't have love. Now, it's not just about two people having love in the relationship. It's about two people bringing love as a component of their character into the relationship that allows them and causes them to be patient, causes them to be humble, causes them to be understanding, that causes them to not be easily angered. I am telling y'all right now to your face. We are telling you to your face.
Straight up to your face.
Relationships have no longevity without love. And people will tell you that that love is not enough. You need more than love. I'm telling y'all that is a lie. Love is all you need to make any relationship last. Don't believe the culture and all the lies that they tell you. Stop listening to all of the popular songs and movies and stuff that sells millions and makes millions of dollars to lie to you. When somebody tells you you need more than love to make something work, they don't really understand what love really is. Because love will make you pay the bills. Love will make you go to work. Love will make you apologize. Love will make you forgive. Love will make you understand. Love will make you be patient. So don't tell me don't tell me love is not enough.
Love makes you want to live.
Like, love is the entire component to our relationship. Don't get me started. Don't listen to people who tell you you need more than love. Because love is the foundation of it all.
Love is what got you in this mess.
Or lust. Okay?
Lust.
L-U-S-T. And that's another thing. Stop confusing lust with love.
Yeah.
Because the moment the lust runs out or stops, guess what? Now you're left wondering, where's the love?
Where is the love?
This is why I always encourage people, don't have sex before marriage, but we don't want to talk about that. People don't like to hear stuff like that. Because see, we get so caught up in the lust of the relationship, that desire to have someone, that desire to take the pictures and social media, and ooh, look at us, and look at our engagement photos, and look at our wedding photos, even though our marriage lasted for a year only. Like, come on, y'all. We got to do better as a community. We got to do better. But, not, forgive me if I offended you. I was just making a joke. Don't be so overly sensitive. Where's your love?
Really?
But the point is, relationships last forever when they have love. When they have love, they last forever. All right. Did you want to say anything before we get up out of here?
Why do you always do that to me?
All you need is love. Ba-ba-da-da-da.
What song is
All you need is love.
that? I don't know what that
Love.
is.
Love is all you need. That's the Beatles.
Okay.
You don't know who the Beatles are?
Yes, I've heard of the Beatles.
Who are the Beatles?
A band. A rock
You're right.
band.
You were doing so good.
A pop band? They're pop? What are they?
They're not a rock band.
What kind of band are they?
Let's just say they're a pop band. That's
Pop?
fine. Yeah.
Are you lying to me?
No, I'm not lying. Now, the average, most people don't really listen to the Beatles music,
Yeah.
but they know who the Beatles are.
I know who the Beatles are.
Okay. That's a good
I've
job.
heard their name.
Good job.
I know they're a band. That's all I got.
Typically, my wife don't know stuff like that, so I'm
First
proud
of
of her.
all, y'all don't even know these new songs that be out here, and I be telling you, putting you on.
Yeah, you do.
So
I need to get back
you
into
need to know
the music
these,
scene.
these radio.
See what's going on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
music is a little it's a little wild today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Tish. Appreciate you. Yeah, we went to high school together. Yeah. Appreciate you, Tish. Who else is on here? Appreciate you, James. Appreciate everybody who's watching. What's up, B-Love? Appreciate everybody who's watching. Listen, we are here every Wednesday.
Yes.
At 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But listen, for any relationship help or any advice or questions, call our anonymous hotline, 1-888-420-0471. It's pinned in the comments. Make sure you go check that out. Call us. If you need any help, if you want to do some sessions, hit us up on the website, www.tryforeverlove.com. That's
4.
TRY.
The number 4.
Everlove.com. EVERLOVE.com. We are here for all your relationship needs. We are here to help the world transform their relationships so that you can have successful relationships. Appreciate you guys. Most importantly, follow us everywhere on social media at TRY, the number 4, Everlove. Follow us, subscribe to our YouTube, Forever Love. Follow us on Instagram at Try Forever Love. And follow us on Facebook at Try Forever Love. And follow us on TikTok at Try Forever Love. And we appreciate y'all. See y'all next Wednesday. Love y'all.
And also, Try Forever Love. I was going to say something else. You stopped me.
I'm sorry.
Dang. Okay.
Good. It's coming back to you.
Yes, it is.
It's coming back to you.
Well, what I want y'all to do.
It's coming back to you.
Oh, if you have a topic or something that you want us to discuss, go ahead and inbox us, or you can write it in the comments now, and we'll be able to discuss those topics because we're here for you, okay? Whatever you need,
Love
whatever
you too,
information you want to put out, you want us to talk about, tell us about it. Tell us what you want to hear, what you need help on, because we're here for you, okay?
Yeah, and if you want us to come to a city near you, just inbox us.
Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll have a little forum, a panel discussion.
You know what
We'll
I'm
figure it out. We need to take this education and information everywhere we can.
Yes.
Let's get it done.
On and popping.
The Andersons,
The
The Journey to I Do,
Okay.
Forever Love,
Yeah.
Around the World,
Uh.
Love Y'all,
Yeah.
Bring Us to Your City. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
We out.
We out.